Hey, everybody. Hey, what's up? It's been a while. Hi, it's me, Thom. Look, I have a friend here. It's Nick.
Hello.
Nick is not green. How are you, buddy?
Yes. I'm good. I'm
Good.
chilling. How are
Good.
you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here. Tip of the cap. Right there.
Tip of the invisible fedora to
That's
you.
ooh, what if it's an invisible fedora, you tip it down in respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, just right down. You hide your eyes.
hmm
Did you ever wear
I think
fedoras?
that's no.
No.
I think I'm lucky enough to be too young for that. I
Okay.
think.
How
I think
old are you?
fedoras were. I'm 21,
Okay. Okay.
so I'm. Well, you don't seem like a fedora guy. Have you ever worn a
I
fedora?
never. I've never even jokingly put on a fedora. Not even as a bit. I feel like
That's good.
if you put one on, like something bad is gonna happen to you.
You're asking for trouble. Yeah. It's.
I feel like your brain knows you're wearing a
mhm.
fedora, and when you put them on, it's just like conjuring up all these thoughts of like Milady and stuff, just like
Yeah.
start happening.
The Reddit moments.
Yeah, it's
You have
like
to stay away from that.
Jim Carrey's The Mask,
Yeah.
except it's a hat.
It just gets it changes the chemistry in
Yeah,
your brain.
exactly. Did you ever get into like Goosebumps when you were younger?
I got into the books
Yeah,
and when I used to be a little nerd in elementary
a little
school,
book reading
but
nerd.
until I've decided that it was time for me to stop reading and act like an adult. But when I was when I was a child, I think I read Goosebumps and I never got into any of the. I didn't see they made like a movie with Jack Black or something,
I
right?
didn't see
Was
that.
that what it
Yeah,
was?
they made they
Not
made
me
a
either.
bunch of like shorter movies in the 90s and like early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Like on VHS shit. I remember I owned all those motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
I was a goosebump head, dude. I was obsessed.
Dude,
I
you
loved
had goosebumps.
that's every time I read it. I was like, I get
Dude,
it.
I've had, that's why they call it
Yeah,
goosebumps.
wow. Did you know they had a an R.L. Stein cruise?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's a
I feel like that's something that I feel like that's something that people should know about.
yeah, it was a cruise where you would just hang out with R.L. Stein.
Wait, wait, is that I remember there being a thing where they made a cruise line where you would like hang out with
Celebrity. Yeah, he
celebrities.
was a part of that.
So is it the same is that the same thing? He just was
He had like
you
his
could
own
sign up for
like
the
yeah, the R.L. Stein cruise.
Oh my god.
Watch him write books. I don't
I
know
they
what the
don't
fuck he do.
they don't make themed cruises like they used to, you know?
They really don't. They, they would have like a 311 cruise or something where it's like, yeah, it's a bunch of 40-year
Yeah,
old
yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah,
like a bunch of 40-year-old pill addicted parents going on a cruise. Which sounds
yeah.
like a
You'd have
nightmare.
to be. Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare for 311. I feel like
Yeah,
because
I feel
you'd
bad for
have.
them.
How much would you have to get paid for them to
Ooh.
say you're gonna go on a cruise ship with a bunch of like middle-aged dads that are like obsessed with your music and you just have to hang out with them and play music for them?
I was gonna. It wouldn't be
I
that.
feel like you're asking for
It wouldn't be that
a not
bad
great time.
if you were just like a band hired to play on a cruise.
Yeah,
But the fact that it's a cruise specifically
they're there
for
for you. Yeah.
you, that would be like imagine a Nick is not green cruise.
No,
And
I
everyone
don't. No, I'm not going to.
no, imagine it please. And everyone there only wants to meet you. You would have no moment of peace.
Yeah, and also I wouldn't have enough people uh who like me enough for it to be like a good time because it's like once you hit a certain amount, like I'm not up famous.
It's a
So it's
five
like
person
if you're
cruise.
famous, at least if you're famous, it's like crazy and everyone's like and you're having a good time. But if you're not famous and it's just a bunch of people who like you know personally but aren't like friends with in real life, it's just a bunch of people on a cruise.
A bunch
And
of
they
people,
all-
a bunch of people like me on a cruise. That's
Yeah. And they all sit there. They're like, I like what you do. And I'm like, thanks. That means a lot to me. That's the whole
yeah.
for one
It's
week.
just Adler.
I'm so sorry.
You're interrupting, my friend.
I thought you were screaming.
No, I'm
Get
not.
out!
Get out, Adler! No, it's
Can I
fine.
say hi to Sly?
You can say hi to Sly.
Hi,
You
Sly.
can say hi to Sly. Nick, this is my roommate, Adler.
Howdy.
Hello. I don't think you can hear me, but
Sorry.
He can't hear you. He said hello.
Oh, hello. Yeah.
Hello, yeah. Do you want to close my door?
Yeah, I'll close your door.
Thank you.
So don't ruin your
I'll give-
podcast.
yeah, again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Anytime.
After the podcast.
I'm keeping this in. I'm not editing anything.
that's how we do it.
Finger guns. But yeah, man, how much, okay, here's a question for you. How much money would it take for you, let's say in a scenario where you are famous enough to have a cruise, like a 3-day cruise, just themed to you? How much money would it take for them to like convince you to do it? Because you're not buying a ticket, obviously. That's all food, drink, that's all comp.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be enough
The
for
thing
me.
is, if you are at the point where you're famous enough to have a cruise named after you, do you need the money?
That's true. That's
like,
true.
like, but
I'm
I
in
don't
that.
know.
I'm in
I
that
mean,
broke boy
let's say-
mindset. That's what I'm in. I'm stuck in that broke boy mindset.
yeah, exactly. Right now, I'm like, I do. I'd take $1,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say like $500. I mean, fuck, dude.
a free cruise.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it can't be that. It depends what your fan base is like, but it couldn't be
Yeah.
that bad.
that's true. Do
You
you,
get the security and all the good stuff, so it's like
that is nice.
you don't just have to hang out with them.
Yeah, you don't have to hang out with
but-
their fans. Ew. Oh my
Yeah, I just
god.
want to watch them from afar.
Like
Yeah,
you're
I
the
don't
like
know.
you're
I
the
think-
Pope on the top of.
Yeah. They put you in that. What do they call it? The Pope Mobile. They
Yeah,
have
yeah, the
that
Pope mobile
beer
with the
paper.
glass around it.
I have one of those.
Yo,
but,
on it-
but it's on wheels and they push me around.
It's like a shopping cart just with glass around it. But honestly, the Pope was way ahead of his time with like the COVID stuff with that Pope mobile. Like that was really
yeah,
that
he
was
really
really
was.
smart.
He didn't realize it at the time, but
I'm sure he
The-
doesn't
the
even
Pope
realize it
mobile.
now. He's old as shit, dude.
that's why they call him the most progressive Pope out there. Even though
He just
I think they just
I was gonna say yeah.
did they just he's like, hey everybody, we're so ahead of the times.
I'm woke.
Personally, I'm woke. I support gay rights, and it was like still 2016. Like
Yeah.
people were praising him for it.
And then today he's like
And now,
yeah, priests can't do gay weddings.
yeah, sorry, God. What was the quote? God can't
Oh,
bless
fuck.
sin.
Yeah,
or
sin.
something.
I think that's what it
I was like, I was like, I feel like he can.
that's what
am
I
I
was
wrong?
thinking. Like
Like-
he totally could.
Yeah.
Like
What?
there's some awful Christians out there, and he's blessing them every day,
Yeah.
doing terrible
He's-
things. I
And
mean,
then
look
all
at
of a
the.
sudden-
I was gonna look at the fucking priests
Yeah.
and the shit they're
He's-
doing.
but apparently he's blessing them.
Yeah,
But apparently you can't just wed two dudes.
to do.
I don't
Well,
know.
that's gay.
Yeah, that is gay. So it's like,
Is there anything
So,
more? Is there anything more gay than a gay wedding? That just seems so gay.
yeah, that's pretty up there in terms of things that are gay. I'd say.
I think that using the term like calling something gay should only be appropriate for like gay specific things. Like
Yeah,
not
just-
something like that you think is lame. But like a gay wedding, that is gay.
But we should still make it sound like we're using it
As an insult. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty fucking
that's
gay, dude.
That's pretty gay of you.
Like what? I just
So-
kissed my boyfriend? Like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking gay.
Dude, come on.
Quit being so gay.
Dude, I support you, but that's pretty gay.
That's pretty honestly. Do whatever you want in the privacy of your own home. But when I'm at your house, don't do it in front of me.
Come on, man. When I'm in your house,
Yeah. Do what makes me
Please.
comfortable, please.
yeah, that's how we run things around here.
Where are you from, Nick?
I'm from a suburb right outside of Chicago.
Chicago. For some reason, in my head on my way home, I thought I bet he lives in the Chicago area. You got
Yeah.
that Chicago vibe.
Chicago.
That's-
Yeah, I'm a Chicago boy.
Isn't that what they call it
No.
there? Chicago. Welcome to the Chicago.
Yeah, maybe I'm not from the city, so maybe that's something that they would know. I've just never heard it before, but just because I'm outside the city. But once you're in the circle, everyone's like,
Yo, that's real Chicago shit right there.
we're going on down on some Chicago right now.
Do you enjoy Chicago? Do you like it very much?
I mean, I don't know. I've been here forever. It's just a suburb here. It's like the same as anywhere else, any other Midwest place.
Yeah.
I just moved back here because I just graduated in November, so I was in Nashville,
Oh, I love
and
Nashville.
then yeah, it was a good time. But
You don't seem
I'm-
like you really enjoy Nashville all that much.
I didn't like it. But because at the end of the day, I like staying inside. I'm always inside, so it's like wherever
Yeah.
I am, I don't really care at the end of the day. I just need my little space in my room, and everything else is like whatever. Like the outside, it's like I would rather not be in a city, but
Yeah.
outside of that, it's like
Do you
so I don't know.
do you
if I move
enjoy
anywhere.
do you enjoy like the farm idea, like the idea of living in the plains or something?
I don't know. I feel like it couldn't be too bad. I like being like a distance away from everything, like a nice
yeah.
5-minute drive away from things, I think. So I probably wouldn't be crazy about it. But I would rather do that than be in the city and have to walk down out onto a busy street like right outside your front door.
That's
Um,
I kind of like I want to live in I live in a small town in Missouri, like a college town. It's not huge. It's like a 200,000 people. Something like nothing
Yeah.
crazy, you know. But and then I'm like I could move to like Chicago or like New York or LA. But then I'm like fuck, man. That's so many people.
Yeah.
And I'm not a
It sounds stressful.
I'm not a big I like people, but I don't like strangers.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And like
I like the people that I know.
exactly I like the friends I make. I like all the people I have connections with and all that. They're great people, but anyone I don't know, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good on that.
Yeah, I think it should stop here.
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
want to meet anybody else.
I don't know if you know
I don't know.
if you know Seinfeld, if you watch Seinfeld hardly ever at all.
Not a lot.
There's an episode where the pool guy tries to be friends with Jerry, and Jerry's like, "Look, I have 3 friends. I don't have room for any more," which is how
Yeah.
I feel at the end of the day. Like, I don't have room
Yeah.
here.
I know. Knowing more people just seems like it takes up time, you know? It's just more time.
And time
And
is bullshit.
Yeah, I hate it so much.
Me too.
There's nothing I hate more than knowing that I'm running out of time every day.
That's
I
how
think that's my overarching theme in my life is fearing death. How much do you fear death?
I. we're getting real deep now. Okay.
Segue.
When I was younger, like 18 ish, like late teens, I used to like have panic attacks at the thought of like, holy shit, I'm gonna die someday, you know? Like that
Yeah.
used to really freak me out. But now that I'm getting older, I don't really care, dude. Everyone dies. You know? And it's probably like one of the
That's
greatest
good.
fucking feelings in the world. As long as you're not like stabbed to death or something, you know? As long as you die peacefully.
Yeah, exactly. It probably is nice if
Do
you.
you do you fear death?
Yeah, I have always. It's this overarching theme in my life that I am constantly thinking about when I'm gonna die. But it's been less over the years.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like
through-
as you get older, you kind of stop thinking about it a little bit.
That's what it seems like. I was raised in a religious home, and
Mhm.
so it's like all the time when I was invested in that, you're worried about. I mean, you shouldn't be apparently, but in my head, I'm like, is this real? Am I gonna die? Is what's gonna happen? Blah blah blah, and you just think about it all the time, and it sticks in your head even once you move past that. It's like I'm still thinking about it,
Yeah.
but I think it will get better as time goes on. It
And
feels like it is.
that was kind of a thing with me too, because I grew up Catholic in the Catholic Church, going to church like twice a week and stuff. And because they talk like religion talks about death so much, so much,
Yeah,
and then you're worried about dying, but then you're also worried like, am I gonna go to fucking hell when I die? It's just like,
yeah,
so you're already worried about death. And you're like a child
I
going to church,
know.
and they're just bringing it. It's just like it's a lot of stuff and like, I don't believe in that shit anymore. I don't go to church, but that thought process is really tough to get out of.
And the more you're invested in the church and religion, the more you're thinking about it, because the more it comes up, the more you're told to pray and
Yeah.
talk to God. It's like the more you're just like, is what I'm doing actually matter, or am I just forcing myself to
Yeah.
think about this all day?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't, man. Now I'm thinking about death.
Yeah.
I'll do a segue here. You live by Chicago, so that means you live pretty close to Six Flags Great America in Gurnee, Illinois.
Hmm.
You ever been there?
I have been there only for the water parks.
I'm sorry I asked it like that. I asked it like a detective. Ever been? Were you there on
So that must mean if we connect the dots.
Yeah, get my
This
red
is this is.
string.
I used to be terrified of roller coasters
Uh-huh.
because this will be my life timeline in terms of
Okay.
roller coasters. When I was maybe, how old was I? I had to be somewhere in the range of like 6 to 9 years old, somewhere around there.
Nice.
I went to Universal Studios with my dad and with my family, but I went on the Revenge of the Mummy ride with my dad.
Yeah, the dark ride.
And yeah, and it was just me and him because my brothers didn't want to go, and I was like, I'm gonna love this. This is something that's gonna be awesome. And it ruined my life. I was terrified, and I always have hated the feeling of like my stomach dropping out
Oh,
and like all the visuals and stuff, and I just like it's stuck in my head, and so I was like, I'm never going on a roller coaster. Well, sometimes I go to Six Flags with friends, but I love the water park stuff, but I would never go on the roller coasters. And then in 2019, I think it was 2019, maybe, yeah. The beginning of 2019, winter break, my family, we go to Universal Studios after however many years. I hadn't gone since the incident. And we go there. And I was like, I'm an adult now. I can go on the Revenge of the Mummy ride. We go on it. I was like, let me dip my toes in. We go on it once, and I was like, no, roller coaster's still not for me. Felt horrible. I was like, this is still bad. Then fast forward a couple of days, my older brother decides to go on the Hulk ride with my dad. He comes off of it, and he's like, dude, he's like, trust me. He's like, I know you don't like Revenge of the Mummy ride. You got to go on the Hulk ride. It'll change the way you think about roller coasters. It's a completely different experience. I was like, no. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm done. Like, I'm dropping it. I'm going to I'll do the Spider-Man ride again or something. But then he just keeps telling me, and I don't know what happened. Maybe I made a bet with him or something, but I was like, fine, I'll go on it. And I get on it. My whole family goes on it. We get up there. They strap me in. I turn to my mom, and I'm like looking up the roller coaster. I turn to my mom, and I was like, do you think it's too late to get off? I was freaking out. I was like, do you think if I like yelled at them right now, they let me get off? And she's like, I don't know. She wanted to get off too because she hadn't gone on. And it like shoots up. It
launches
so
you out of a tunnel.
I was like, this is gonna be horrible. And I get out, and all of a sudden I get out into the air, and I have the biggest smile on my face, and it was so much smoother than the Revenge of the Mummy.
Yeah.
and it was just like the best feeling in the world. I was like screaming. I was like, I love roller coasters.
Yeah, there you go. I was
And then
hoping
we
that's
went
where
on-
it went.
Yeah. And then we went on the other one at Universal.
Rock
We
and
could play the
roller,
music.
rock and
You could
roller
play-
coaster,
Yeah,
or no, Hollywood,
called something
Hollywood
else.
Rip Ride and Rocket.
That's it. And
Yeah.
you could play freaking Stronger by Kanye West
Yeah.
on it, and it was just like awesome. And I was like, I'm a roller coaster fan now.
There we go.
And that's where we are today. But obviously, then COVID happened, and
Yeah.
a year later, and now I still haven't been on a roller coaster since then.
I was hoping that is because I was about to be so sad if you didn't like roller coasters.
Yeah,
I was about to be.
it's a long journey.
It is, yeah, but it was worth the trip. I always every episode I mention I'm a huge roller coaster nerd. I'm just a big nerd about them. Always
Yeah.
have been when I was a kid. So I have to bring it up every episode. I got to bring up what the closest theme park
know, I
is to
saw-
people.
I saw you ask Curtis about Willie's whatever.
Oh,
whatever the
they
Canada
got
one is.
Canada's Wonderland.
I don't know. I thought Willie's.
Willy's Wonderland.
Canada's Wonderland.
You
Yeah, but I've never been
no, go ahead.
to an
Sorry.
actual roller coaster park.
Yeah, that's what you should do is go to
Yeah.
because you're not too far from like Ohio. You could
Yeah,
you
yeah.
could fucking go to like Cedar Point, like roller
Yeah, maybe
coaster
let's
capital
move
of the
this summer.
world. Yeah, you
Yeah,
should just
maybe.
move to Sandusky, Ohio.
Yeah.
Quit
I've
YouTube.
been to. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I haven't made any money, but I'm dropping it.
I retire.
Right here, and I'm moving to Sandusky. Just the Dells all day.
That's right. You edit for a lot of people, don't you, on YouTube?
No.
No, I thought you did. Okay.
I've edited for Curtis twice, and then for his 2 last episode videos, and then from now on I'm doing his Twitch highlights.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if that's just like that's not going to be anything like super creative. It's just like cutting stuff together, but I'm still excited
Yeah.
for it because I enjoy watching it anyway. So
Yeah, I watch
And
most of
then,
his Twitch streams already.
yeah. I'm happy him and Danny and all of them are getting into it because it's very fun.
Do you Twitch
It's like
stream?
my favorite thing. I the past few days, just because of all the crazy stuff that's been happening, I haven't, but I usually stream every night.
Oh, nice. Do you
Right.
what do you like stream games or what do you do?
Yeah, I usually stream games. It's been harder to find stuff that I feel like people are interested in.
Yeah.
Like starting in February, I started doing more Minecraft stuff because we made like a server with all the people that like hanging out, and it was like really fun to be able to do that because everyone could play and watch the stream at the same time.
Yeah.
But now I'm kind of falling off that. Like I'm getting sick of it, and Twitch isn't really good at letting people switch to different games. Like it's always the
Yeah.
same. It feels like it's always the same like 10 games that are popular.
It's always Minecraft, Fortnite. I'm trying to think. What else? It was Among Us
Like all the first
for a
person
while.
shooters.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends. And those like I like Minecraft. I like Fortnite
Yeah.
too. They're fun games, but like I can't play them that long. I just can't, dude.
I know. I was really into Minecraft, and I was like, I could play it for so long, and it was really exciting because people were interested. And now I ran out of things to do, and I'm like, what do I do now for however long I decide to stream?
That's how I've been streaming To Catch a Predator episodes on my Twitch.
Yeah, I
Which
saw
is
that.
really
Yeah.
fun, but like I've done it like 5 times in a row. And like I love that show.
Yeah.
But even now I'm like, fuck man. How many more days in a row
Yeah.
can I make fun of child predators and not lose my mind?
Have you ever gotten into that corner of YouTube with like the pedophile vigilantes?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, though I kind of go in and out, but it seems like there is a resurgence. There was like one guy who did it in Canada, who like had a big Viceland documentary on him. I forgot his name. It was like Justin something. And then it kind of went away, and now it's like there's all these YouTube channels of groups of people.
There's
that
like
just like
there's like predator poachers and stuff. There's like so
Yeah.
many of them. I like most of.
Follow one called Dads Against Predators.
I was about to say, Dads Against Predators is my fucking favorite, dude.
yeah,
They're so good. I like them because like they talk mad shit, which is
Yeah.
funny, but they're also like kind of respectful.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if you saw the guy Colin, who was like, I think he was like 21 or 9, or he was like around my age, and he had a cane, and they were in like a Dollar Tree, and the guy was like, they they caused something in the store, and he started freaking out, and then he like ran outside and got in his car, and then was like, oh, you want to do this? And he like revved up his car and like started like coming after him.
Oh, jeez. I
And
think
they were still like laughing at him.
I-
And he like pulled his cane. He got his cane like stuck in the door.
Yeah.
It was
I
so
did see
funny.
that. I like whenever whenever the main guy, they're in like Walmart or something, and he's like, "Don't make me yell," and then he'll just be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, we got this
That's
guy's
my
here to
favorite.
talk to a 14-year-old." It's so good.
And like, what do you do? Like, what would you do in that situation? The guy's just like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Like, you don't have any backup. It's the perfect trap because everyone around you is just like,
Yeah, no
doesn't know what to do.
one's gonna be like, "Well, let's give the potential child predator the benefit
Yeah.
of the doubt."
yeah. If
Most-
that happened and I was in the store, I'd be like, yeah, get him.
Yeah, I love
I wouldn't
that.
even ask questions,
And
honestly.
there's some episodes where like they'll be walking up and there's like people at the gas station or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh fuck yeah, here we go!" Like they know what's
Yeah,
going
yeah.
down. It's awesome, dude.
And you get like 20 people surrounding you.
Yeah, just
Oh, it's great.
humiliating him in public. Which is, I think,
it's
that's what you got to do with those fuckers, dude.
yeah. I mean what else are you gonna do besides figure out how to throw him in jail?
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's the worst thing you could do is just get a bunch of people to know that you're a freak, I guess.
And then post it online.
Yeah, and then let everyone know. I mean, that's the whole thing. They like put it on Facebook all over in whatever city they're in. So like,
Yeah.
if you try to get a job, you're screwed, which is like good.
It's what should, yeah, that's what should happen if you do that fucked up shit,
Yeah,
dude.
probably shouldn't do that.
Probably shouldn't. I don't think so. I have to say, your newest video, very good.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it very
Thank you.
much. If you're listening, you should go watch it. Go fucking watch it on Nickisnotgreen on YouTube. Yeah, he'll beat you up. He'll punch you right there.
Yeah. You don't want to see that side.
You don't
of
want.
me.
Yeah, you. Oh man, it's like the Hulk, but greener.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, the Hulk, but he's just more green than he already is.
Like a neon Hulk.
No one usually gives it a second thought, but it's a different character.
It's a different guy. They're like, "Is that the Hulk?" Like, no, this is Nick.
Dude, what?
That'd be
You
like
read the comics?
how if you were if you were a comic book like hero, you know, would you? I feel like the Hulk is a little insulting to him.
Yeah, it's like the Thing also.
Yeah, the
Like
thing.
the guy, and I don't know. Does he? I don't. The comic book people are gonna
Come at us.
Already know that they're gonna cancel it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the Thing, if his name is the Thing because they named him that, or if I'm guessing it's like the public name, like what the news gives him. It's like the Thing.
Yeah.
Because he has already got like it. He's got like confidence issues because he looks like a freak. So it's like,
Yeah, but then they get like uniforms.
he wouldn't name himself that.
They get like uniforms
Yeah.
with like the thing
name
on
is
it.
on the
Yeah.
He's got the number and the name.
Yeah. Like I would be
Yeah,
that
because I guess that makes sense.
also I was thinking this is another sorry, my ADHD is just off the chain today.
No, we're good.
Why don't they name serial killers like something meaner?
I know they always make it sound cool.
Yeah.
I feel like this conversation has come up before, but like
Has it come up? It may have
this-
come up. Yeah, I can't remember.
at least in like movies and stuff, it's like why do they make them sound like superheroes?
Yeah,
or
like they're-
cool villains.
There's one guy named the Grim Sleeper. And that's
That's
just
awesome.
yeah, that's just like so badass sounding.
And if you were a serial killer and you got caught, I feel like the best case scenario is that you go down in history with like the sickest name.
The sickest
The
fucking
Grim
name.
Sleeper.
Yeah, there was another one I was reading about today, the Vampire of Sacramento.
Like what? Like that makes me want to go and
Right?
kill people.
It's so that guy was named that because he drank people's blood.
Wow.
So yeah, but yeah, why wouldn't you just name him like the small dick killer?
Yeah, exactly.
Where everyone's like, he's like, hey, I'm not a small dick.
yeah, like guys, come on. Okay, fine, I'll stop. I'll
yeah,
stop.
yeah, fuck you.
Like, don't give them some. Yeah, I mean, jeez, why?
Or like
They're asking for it.
the poop pants killer. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
If that was my
that
name, I would turn myself in.
I know. I'd say, dude, like roll up to the station and say, guys, listen, let's talk. I know I know what I did was wrong, but I feel like we can fix this.
Yeah, guys. Let's go into a room. I don't want to be under arrest, but we got to work out this name. His name.
Yeah, if we can just brainstorm for a couple hours. If I stop killing now, you give me a cool name.
Yeah, I brought a list. I wrote like 20 that I thought of.
We do a little tournament bracket.
Do you know much about serial killers? Are you into like true crime shit or
No.
anything? No.
I don't. But
They're-
I have been into that. Have you seen that channel? What is it? It's like 3 letters, but they do these like YouTube documentaries.
JCS.
Is that what it is?
Jim can't
There's-
swim.
I think yeah.
He does like
Yeah,
all the police interrogation breakdowns and stuff.
Yeah, I think that was it. There's one with this girl's ex-boyfriend who she tried to get someone to kill.
Dahlia
boyfriend.
Dippolito.
That's it. Yes. God, it's so good.
It's so good.
I showed
dude.
that. I watched that once. with myself, and then I watched it once with like a friend, and then I made my whole family sit down and watch it with me.
I sleep
I was
to
like,
those fucking videos.
And I try to get more, watch them more, but it's so hard for me to sit down and watch.
He has a Patreon with
Oh wow.
a ton of extra videos that aren't on YouTube, dude. What I did is
need to,
I
do a
spent
deep dive.
I spent $5, watched all the videos like a couple times, and then ended my subscription. Got like $10, watched all
Nothing
the
like-
videos.
Yeah.
Well, they stopped
That's,
posting
that's
to the
good for people to know.
They stopped posting to the
okay.
Patreon. They were like, we're only doing YouTube now. So I was like, well, I already watch your ads on YouTube. Come on.
Isn't that enough?
That's enough, I feel like. But I was thinking there's a serial killer, BTK, bind, torture, kill. And I was just thinking how they caught him. It was really funny. He like wrote the cops a letter. And he was like, hey, if I send you a floppy disk, like, will you guys be able to trace it back to me or anything like that? And the police were like, no, dude, no way, no. And so he did.
No.
So he sent him a floppy disk. And he immediately got caught. You fucking idiot. That just makes me laugh.
That would be so embarrassing. Like, I would just, if I was in jail, I'd just be pissed in jail. I'd just be mad that, like, everyone knows how it went down.
Yeah, right? I'd be like,
It's like, dude.
and like, he came off as like the super smart killer that like knew how to, and then like, you fall from that.
Like, come on, man.
All the other serial killers are just clowning him. Just
Yeah,
owning him
at
in
the serial
Yeah.
at the serial killer jail where
Yeah.
they all stay.
That's where they should
They
go.
put them in like a hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all together. I do feel like once you're if you're a soon to be serial killer, that like there's all the niches have been taken by now, so it's like I know a lot of them have that weird psychological
Their
thing where they
motive.
feel like they have some weird fetish or something, but like I feel like some of them probably just do it do certain specific things because they know it hasn't been taken yet and they want to be famous.
I actually used to have a stand-up bit about this, where it's like it's got to be super hard to be a serial killer now because like all the good ideas are taken. They've already been done. So it's like you could cut a lady in half, and they'd be like, "Yeah, we've seen that before. Whatever." You know.
Try harder.
Yeah, try harder. It's like you could fuck one half of that woman, and they'd be like, "That's hack. That's hack serial killer material.
Like, come on, dude. You really expected us to fawn over that one?
Yeah, really? You want
You're not gonna
to
get a Netflix documentary deal
doing that?
with this kind of material. Yeah.
I watched this one. It was like a JCS kind of like rip off thing, and it was about this kid and his friend who like killed his whole family, and he was like, well, I just wanted to be notorious. But like that was literally the first time I had ever heard of this motherfucker was seeing that YouTube video.
Yeah. If you're a serial killer out there and you're thinking about serial killing being your way of being famous, I don't know any. The only serial killers I know are the vampire guy. I already forgot his, because I just learned about him.
The Vampire of Sacramento.
Yeah. And true crime people are cool, but like if that's gonna be your main fan base if you go down like that.
Yeah, you're not
many.
You can't be. There's not going to be another like fucking Ted Bundy or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where like even not true fan people at least know the name Ted Bundy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's not happening, especially now with technology. You're not going to get away with fucking murdering 20 people across like 10 state lines. Like that's not going to happen.
Not only that, but then it's like things move so fast now. It's the same thing with anything. It's like everyone's gonna forget about it soon. So don't kill people.
Yeah, it's like
and you're probably gonna get caught.
Yeah, serial killers are just real life memes,
Yeah.
They just die out
like,
so fast.
That was so last week.
Yeah.
You can't get on Ellen anymore with that kind of stuff. It's like
it wouldn't shock me if Ellen was a serial killer.
No, of course not. I mean, her thing would be like, obviously, she's not going to do the dirty work on her own, but it's like she could easily have someone orchestrate and take out her trash. It's like
I feel like she would like have someone killed, and then like have her personal assistant like bring them a vial of their blood, and and put it in her blood cabinet with all the other vials.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she drinks that for sustenance.
Yeah. I think that's how she stays young.
I was going to
She's
say.
Been alive for. Yeah, she's got to be, I don't know. She's probably has something going on.
Yeah, you have to think like any celebrity, they got to have at least like one fucked up thing they're doing on the side.
Yeah. And if you only get caught, like only a few of them get caught because they're like dumb, but the rest of them, you have the money to be like you live in a house way apart from everyone. It's not that hard to hide.
And
it's just like Armie Hammer happened to be the one that like
I forgot about
they threw one into he was the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, they were like, sorry, Armie.
When they have their elite circle, and like every once in a while you have to throw one to the sharks so he takes the attention away from everyone else.
Yeah, the Jeffrey Epstein thing could only last so long, so they were like, who do we give him next? Who do we have next? And they were like, well, we gave him Bill Cosby, we gave him Weinstein, I guess we'll give him Armie. We'll give him Armie. And he's at the meeting like, what? Guys.
He's like, guys, I'm Armie Hammer. What are you talking about?
Come on. You can't even consult me first before you do. And they're like, sorry, Armie.
Yeah, honestly, I think what it was is that people were probably like, they just keep taking these like old ugly dudes because this is what it is. It's like a bunch of old musty men.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course they're the ones that are going to go first because they have nothing. They're going to die soon.
Yeah.
But then they're probably like, okay, people are going to catch on if we throw another old musty man into the mix. So let's throw this like hot young guy.
He's not young though. He's like middle-aged, isn't he?
Yeah, he's old now.
Yeah.
But I still see him as like, I don't know. The only thing I've seen him in is the friggin' Social Network. So
that's a great movie.
That's all I can think about.
I love that movie, dude. That's a good movie.
So good, dude. Every time I watch that scene with freaking what's his name with Eduardo Anderson. Wait, what I say? Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
Anderson
Garfield.
Cooper.
Andrew Garfield.
Dude, I freaking tear up every time. I get so chills.
It's so good.
Where he goes up and smashes a computer.
What are your other like? Do you have like a picking like top anything is very hard. Like top
Yeah.
5, because like things like that always change based on like my mood and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I have. Have you ever used the Letterboxd app or like website before?
I don't use it. I read reviews on Letterboxd, but I don't I don't like post on it.
Yeah, I have like a big thing with me and my friends, and I ended up making some like TikTok about it, which like wasn't an ad. I just wanted friends on it, and so like I ended up. So now I feel like pressured to watch movies, but I never watch movies. But I still love the site because I just am a big fan of vlogging things.
Yeah.
And I used to do like rate your music and stuff, but rating albums is so much more stressful.
I also used to
movies.
do rate your music, and yeah, rating albums it's kind of a lot of work.
It's so much work. Like I cannot movies. It's like I watch it once. I'm like, okay, score. Albums. It's like it just change. You have to listen to it for like a month before it's a completely different thing.
And I've had multiple albums where I've like fucking hated it the first like 3 times I listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a week or 2 later where I haven't even listened to it again, I just like have an itch to listen to it. And then you're like, oh, this actually isn't that bad. And then it becomes like one of your fucking favorites of all time or whatever.
Yeah, that's weird. But like, yeah, with movies, with Letterboxd, I have like my top. They give you like a top 4. So my top 4 right now is my top of all time is The Incredibles. Just
classic.
Can't find anything
classic.
to top it.
Yeah, it's a classic.
I could go on and on.
That's a
and then
classic.
my other 3 are What We Do in the Shadows. I don't know. If
I
you've ever
love
seen
that movie, dude. That's an amazing movie.
So good.
Yeah.
And then Prisoners with Hugh Jackman and
I haven't seen that.
What's his name? The freaking God, I'm blanking on his name.
Army Hammer.
Oh yeah, no, the guy from freaking Donnie Dark, Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
That movie is amazing.
I haven't seen that. I gotta check that. I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, dude, if you want to be stressed out for like 2.5 hours, just watch that movie.
What's it called again?
You just want to be on the edge of your seat. Prisoners.
Prisoners, okay.
And then the last one I think is right now. I think Parasite.
I haven't seen Parasite either. I don't know how. Everyone was
awesome.
gushing over it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll watch it," and then I just haven't.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see it. I don't even remember how I first heard of it, but I remember before any of that stuff happened, when it was like had its first release, I heard about it somewhere online, and I told my friend, I was like, we should just go see this movie. I thought it was like a horror movie or something. And we drove, and the closest theater that was playing it was like 40 minutes away. It was like this crappy little theater, and we watched it. And I didn't know, I didn't even watch the trailer. I didn't know anything about it, which I was happy that I did.
Yeah.
Because it was like this was a crazy experience just watching it and then
That's
being
how
blown away.
That's how I felt. I went and saw Hereditary, like opening day in theaters, and I didn't see a trailer for it or anything, so I just had no fucking idea what it was about. And oh my god, dude, I love that fucking movie so much. It's incredible. Damn. It's an incredible movie.
Hereditary is the one movie, funny enough, that I made a vow with myself that I would never watch. And I know everything that happens because I used to watch this podcast about these 2 co-hosts started like a spin-off podcast because one of them was so afraid of scary movies that he never would watch any of them. But when Get Out came out, he felt really like out of the cultural loop of like everyone being so excited about something. So they made a podcast where every week he'd like raise the other co-host would give him a scarier movie to watch.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was really excited. Because I wanted to watch all of them with him. And so after the first episode, I was like, I'm going to watch every movie. So it's like The Exorcist was the first movie. And then which I didn't watch because I listened to the podcast first.
Exorcist.
And then the second one was, it seems nice.
It's from St. Louis.
It seems like
that's where it was based. I've seen the house.
Oh, really?
I've driven by the house where it happened.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool. What was after The Exorcist though?
That's cool. It was Nightmare on Elm Street, which
nice.
I liked.
Yeah.
And then Alien, which is awesome.
That's a great movie.
And then I'm listening to the Alien podcast, and I'm so excited excited for then because they tell you what the next week's movie is gonna be,
Uh,
and they're like, I'm doing it. He's like, I'm raising the stakes. I'm doing a double feature, and he does freaking Midsommar, Hereditary, and I was like, how do you jump from
yeah,
Alien
that's
to
a
Midsommar,
huge
Hereditary?
jump.
And so I listened to the podcast about it, so like I knew everything. But recently, I made a deal with a friend that I would watch Hereditary with them because there's a scary movie that they don't want to see, and I was like, I'll watch that movie with you if you watch Hereditary, or I'll watch Hereditary with you if you watch that movie with me. And so I might do it.
You should do it,
And
dude. Do you not like horror
I
movies?
just know I like horror movies, but something about Ari Aster and the way
He's so
it's
good.
the term. The term is called keening. It's that sound
Mm-hmm.
of like the grieving where they just are like
Yeah,
let out this shriek of
that guttural
and
shriek.
I cannot stand that sound. It freaks me out
That's
so much.
yeah. He's
Like,
got both.
in
He's got.
Midsommar, I hated it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's in Midsommar and in Hereditary too. The one in Hereditary, I think, is even more powerful than the one in
And
Midsommar.
I heard the audio in the podcast.
Yeah.
He did play that whole scene. They explained that whole scene where he goes inside and lays in bed and they play it. And I was like,
It's brutal, dude. I love that
But-
movie though.
yeah, I like horror movies. I just get, every time I start watching one, I'm like, oh, I remember why I always tell myself I hate horror movies.
Yeah.
Because I get really freaked out. Even if it's like pretty dumb, I get pretty freaked
They make
out.
me laugh more often than not. Like, I think my reaction to like being scared is like laughing. So like,
Yeah.
I get like giggle fits. Like when I watched Hereditary, I was like kind of giggling the whole time. Like, you know what happens, so I'm not spoiling
Yeah.
anything. Like when the daughter gets her head like ripped off from the
Yeah.
pole, I was like cracking up. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck, dude? Because it was just like, holy shit. But
Yeah.
the ending of that is one of the few movies where the very ending of it, I was like, I actually had like chills from being like creeped out by it. It was really
Yeah.
good.
I kind of know what happens, but they don't really explain it. But I have like half of my friends I know who've seen the movie love it, and then half of them like hate it, and I always
Yeah.
see people get in arguments.
That's how
So
Midsommar is too.
I still am confused, but yeah, I did not like Midsommar.
I didn't either, actually. I was not a fan.
Yeah, I did see that movie, and it makes me feel gross. It just makes me feel sick.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't think
like,
it was
wasn't super
necessarily.
freaky to me.
Yeah, I didn't think it was scary or anything like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent story, but there was never a point in it where I was like, "Oh my God, what's gonna happen?" It was just like, okay,
Yeah. And the whole thing with the juice with that girl and stuff.
yeah, and then like,
It
yeah,
just makes me.
it was very uncomfortable. Yeah, I didn't like that
Yeah.
part with the R word scene. I didn't like that one.
Yeah, it makes me. It really like it makes me feel so like every time I see a scene or like a shot from that movie, just that whole like act of the movie with that and the whole R word stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I just get this like unsettled, like sick feeling when I think about that movie.
Which I
But
guess
I know there's people who like are in love with it.
I
but,
guess
like,
that's a good thing for a movie to have, is to leave you
Yeah.
with an impression, I suppose,
yeah,
rather
he
than
succeeded.
yeah, he succeeded. It's just like, I'm not gonna fucking watch it again.
Yeah, I never will.
And he's one of those motherfuckers.
but-
Ari Aster's one of those dudes that's like, yeah, I have an uncut version. It's 5 hours long, and you're like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, dude! I could barely get through the 2.5 hour version of Midsommar.
So long. Yeah, I was just.
I
Did
think
you ever see his short film?
we need to talk about Kevin.
I don't know. Yeah.
Incredible,
Or-
dude. Or there's something.
Wait,
what's it?
Yeah, that one. There's something about the Johnsons.
There's something about the Johnsons. That's it.
Is that what it is?
About the
I
kid.
saw that one.
About the kid and his dad. Yeah. That-
I watched that with my roommate one day, and I was just like, we were just like, I don't know.
it's gross, dude. It's fucking gross.
I know. I was like, why? And it was like for his school or something. It was like some kind of.
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
like
know.
his like college or something project or something like that. I think the first scene when the dad walks in on the kid jerking off, I think, and then it shows the picture.
Yeah.
I think that's
I remember that.
I think that's an amazing scene. I thought
Yeah.
that was a great, like, I was like,
Very
oh my
smart.
God, what the fuck? But then it just kept going. And
Yeah.
and then it ends with the mom listening, and oh my God, dude.
Dude, it's so bad.
It's so
So bad.
brutal.
But what a crazy idea. I don't know if like someone I knew came up with that. I'd be like, props for you for coming up with it, but there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be something I don't know about.
I was gonna say, if someone was like, yeah, I had this idea for for a movie.
Stop right there.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, so this son jerks off to pictures of his dad. I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay. How about you go work on that a little bit more?
Yeah.
And come back
Let's
to me.
brainstorm some new ideas.
Yeah.
Take it back to the drawing board.
Yeah, let's start
We
over
can
with
figure
that.
out something else.
Yeah, but also I don't understand how you can even like write Hereditary though. Like that's an insane movie to think of in and of itself.
Yeah. There's so many things like just films and stuff like that where it's just I don't get how people do it.
Are you into like any like gore movies? Like Gore Fest.
No. When I was in high school, my high school girlfriend and I had not a pact, but a goal to watch all of the Saw movies.
Oh yeah.
And every time we started one, I was like, why are we doing this? Because I've never enjoyed a single. Maybe the first one I thought was pretty cool and clever, and it was definitely like
First one's I think
new. Every
the
movie
first one's a
after
good
that,
one.
yeah, every single one after that, I just hated watching it. There was not a single time where I was.
Yeah,
So I was like, and then when the new movie, whatever it was called, Jigsaw.
Yeah.
It was not new. It came out in like 2017 or 2018.
Yeah,
We went
Jigsaw.
and saw that in theaters, and it's like, I was like, what are we doing?
Those movies are fun if you like make drinking games out of them.
Yeah.
Like
When you're sitting there.
yeah, there's one oh fuck. I think it's Saw 3D maybe. And
Yeah, I
the
remember.
the main character screams out like his wife or girlfriend's name like 50 times throughout the movie. I can't remember her name. He's like Jan, like constantly throughout the movie. So if you just take a drink every time that guy fucking screams
Yeah.
out her name, you will get plastered and have so much fun watching that movie. But there's a movie called Martyrs. It's a French-Canadian movie. There's a remake of it. I will not recommend that
Okay.
movie. It's complete horseshit. But it is a pure gore fest, but it's probably one of the only gory movies that actually has a really fucking good story to it.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
I
so
will-
I would recommend watching it if you can deal with like very intense gore scenes.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Lately I'm just so bad at watching movies now. It's gonna like, either I can have fun with and
Yeah.
like a crappy sucky like scary movie or whatever, or something where it's just gonna like stress me out and draw me in the whole time. But
My ADHD is so bad that like watching a movie in general is like next
Yeah.
to impossible.
that's just exactly the same deal with me. I cannot do. I have ADHD also, and I just have the same thing where it's like the only thing I can do anymore. I cannot do movies.
Yep.
Like rarely ever, unless someone can get me to sit down and is like, "We're gonna do this." That's why like the only thing I can do is video games. And even when I
Yeah.
do that, I'm like, I want to put something on. Like when I stream, sometimes I'm just like, so I kind of just want to turn this off and watch a podcast or while I'm doing that.
That's how my main thing now is just listening to YouTube videos. Not even watching them, just like fucking around on my computer
Yeah.
and having noise in the background. That's so soothing to me.
Yeah. Are you ever like about to do something that'll take you maybe 2 minutes? Like even like I'll sit there for like 3 minutes before I take a piss and try to figure out what YouTube video I'm going to play for the next 20 seconds while I take a piss and wash my hands. And I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, or I have a problem where I know something's going to take me 2 minutes and my brain just goes,
Yeah.
no, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
don't even. And then I put it off for
Yeah.
3 hours, and then I just never end up doing it.
I know.
ADHD is
There's
fun,
gotta be,
dude.
like, it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's just the constant stream of me having to have 2 or 3 things in front of me
Yeah.
at any given point, and I'm just like, I'm tired, but
My thing,
like, why?
I'll sometimes like have like a YouTube video on my computer, and then I'll be playing a different YouTube video on my phone, and I'll be listening to
Yeah.
both at the same time.
Yeah, I'll have one thing on in the background while I'm trying to watch the main thing. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
My
and I'll
roo-
sit there and I'll just be like, what am I doing?
my roommate's always like, dude, what the fuck are you doing in there? And I'm like, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'm honing in.
Yeah. I'm doing my bat brain where I'm feeling all the different sonars hitting me.
That's what's been so unfun about being an editor now for people. Is like, you have to be listening to the video, and you can't have music on in the background, especially if they have music on, and you can't freaking like watch a video because you have to be looking at. I'm like, why couldn't I have just done something? That's why my favorite part of editing is like having to do graphics or something like that, because I can just having to do something in Photoshop or whatever.
Yeah, where
or
you don't
like-
have to actually listen to that video or anything. You can listen to whatever you want.
Yeah. And I don't know, the longer it is, like the whole Dandy video is just like, it ended up being so long. It was basically like editing but trying to make it like a commentary video. And it was so fun to edit. Like, it was my favorite. I didn't even hold it off. I edited straight for like 2 days.
Hell yeah.
But I was just exhausted, and it was just so much. I watched the same freaking hour of footage for like just over and over again.
That can make you like
Ugh.
lose your mind, kind of. Like, I recorded a stand-up comedy album 3 years ago, and I had to edit it myself. And oh my god, I wanted to die during that. It was
Yeah.
brutal, dude. It was fucking brutal. But I think that's
Yeah, it
just
sounds not fun.
just hearing yourself over and over and over again, telling the same fucking jokes, and hearing every little and
Yeah.
and you're like, why can't I say a sentence without going I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
I almost completely like scrapped the whole thing halfway through. I was almost like, I fucking hate this. I'm done. But I toughed it out.
Yeah.
Toughed it out. Still hate it, but you know, at least it's out there.
It's basically what making any sort of content is online. It's just like, I'm never gonna be fully happy with this, but it's worth it to put out.
Yeah, and usually it's never as bad as you actually think it is. It's just because you see it so much, and then people are like, "This is great," and you're like, "Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I hate it. Thank you, thanks."
I know.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
I know. I watched it so many times.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking
It's
awesome.
egotistical. I know.
You don't, yeah. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah. Trust me, if I wouldn't have put it out if it wasn't great.
Yeah, you know me. I only put things out when I'm 100% sure that it's awesome.
Exactly. That's as any pro creator does.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Nick, I think we've done this for about an hour. I think so. Look at us go. Can we get a round of applause for us? We're doing so good. Do you
You're the best.
around? Do you have anything you want to plug? I mean, you got your YouTube channel, Nickisnotgreen.
I am Nickisnotgreen everywhere.
Everywhere.
Literally anywhere. Anywhere you go, that's me.
That's him. You're on
Um,
TikTok.
I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitch, and I'm on YouTube. And I just whacked my desk behind me.
I've been doing that
And
the whole
there's
time.
an earthquake
There's an earthquake in Illinois.
in Illinois. Yeah, famous for earthquakes. That's me.
Oh, I forgot. Do you have time for me to talk about one more thing with you that I totally
Yes.
forgot to mention?
Oh, yes. I think I might know.
How was it going on to Nick Foster's Twitch?
I was like, we need to.
I
just
totally forgot.
I would have been so upset if we.
I would
dropped this
have
and
if we
didn't
ended
get
this.
there.
I would have been like, "Oh my fucking god! How did I
Yeah.
forget to bring that up?"
No, of course we have to talk about
Yes,
this.
we. I heard you say like you don't want to talk about it anymore, but
But yeah, but since you specialize in this, so I
Yes.
have to talk about
that's
it. with
right. Yes.
you. First of all, when I was listening to the Curtis one, you guys brought him up. You didn't bring him up, but you brought him up.
No
and I
free
was like-
clout on the Curtis episode.
and I was so scared that you guys, when you said you weren't going to go on the show, I was so scared for a second you were going to be like, what idiot would go on his show? You'd have to be so stupid to give him the time and validate him. And then, but luckily,
I've been thinking about actually
I
going
assume not.
on lately.
this is what I think about it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people, first of all, my opinion on whether or not people think it's okay to go on a show. Obviously, I think it's okay to go on a show. I went on a show. I think the whole argument about giving bad people a platform is bullcrap to me.
Yeah.
I get it, but I feel like we've passed the time where when I posted at least the TikToks of me responding to him,
Mhm.
I think that it's a refreshing thing for people to see someone who talks to nobody so much and gets validation finally be goofed on
Yeah.
to his face and see how it
God, dude.
reacts. Because everyone wants to see that.
It was beautiful
with
too.
any person who and it was a crazy night.
Were you
Basically, literally.
how anxious
Go
were
ahead.
you before you went in? I would have been like sweating with anxiety. I'm such an anxious person.
It was like a weird night. So that morning, I posted my video about Nick Foster, and if I knew that the same night I'd be like talking to him, it was so funny the way it worked out. Because I did the video, and in the video I realized he had a Twitch, and I click on his like Twitch VODs, and I was like either something's wrong with Twitch or nobody is in this guy's chat. And so I was like, this guy has 700,000 whatever. So I go on my stream and I was like, we're gonna get him to do it, and we're all sitting there. And the full VOD is on my Twitch thing still.
I'm gonna
if anyone
watch
ever
that.
wants to
Yeah, I'm gonna
the
watch
full
that.
thing.
Actually, I'm gonna go watch that
It's-
after this.
Because obviously I'm gonna edit it. Everyone's like, you only edited it to make yourself look good. I was like, well, of course, it made me look cool,
Yeah,
but like,
duh.
it was basically, I was like, I'm not gonna leave in me like if I like trip over my words or something. Which,
Yeah.
if you watch the VOD, it's not much different than out. It's pretty. I pretty much say what I said.
Uh-huh.
And we were all in his room, his Twitch or whatever, and the people who watch me were watching, and we just kept poking the link at him. We were like, you should watch this, and worst Twitch streamer ever. I think what he's trying to do is like this Ben Shapiro thing where he's like, I'm gonna shoot the whole video and then I'm gonna like upload clips or whatever.
That is what he
There's
does.
like a few people in his chat, and he ignores the chat until he finishes his like hour-long segment.
Oh my god, I've
Which was
watched
the segment we started on. Was
No, what?
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just so
Oh.
excited about this.
the hour we watched was him. Yeah, the hour we watched was him. I know this is gonna turn part of the second podcast.
Yeah.
Was this freaking Chris D'Elia situation?
Oh yeah.
He goes through for like an hour, and it's a 7-minute apology from Chris D'Elia, and every 2 seconds the dude hits the space bar and pauses it, to the point where we were doing channel predictions on my Twitch channel, and we were like, I was like, is he gonna pause the video after playing it for over 12 seconds or under 12 seconds? And everyone would like bet Twitch points, and like he did it in like 2 seconds, and everyone went crazy, and it was so funny. And finally, he finishes the segment. He's like, what's going on here, guys? What's going on? He's like, fine, I'll watch the video. And like, of course, you kind of see how that goes. It was like, I was like, dude, we're going to be here all night. And we were there for like a 17-minute video for like it was like an hour and a half.
Oh my
I was like,
god.
I cannot believe this. And my purpose of the video, like I talk about who got me to make the video, because he made a video
Mhm.
about him where he basically like he like does a very legitimate criticism.
Oh, Connor?
And yeah, Connor
I know
McDowell.
Connor. Yeah,
Oh,
I know
He
Connor.
told me about
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah. He mentioned you to me. That's how I first saw your stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. He made it. Yeah, he made a great video about it.
It is good.
And I was like, I don't want to just. I hate doing research. I was like, the thing I feel like will piss him off the most is if I just goof on him and just make fun of him. And it worked because he was just the whole time. He's like, "You're not making any jokes." I'm not making point. I'm just laughing.
God, his face.
And so then he's like,
his face whenever you made him sad.
yeah, where he's just like,
he has a little frown.
you can see me when that one time when I told him, I like legitimately for like a second there, you can tell I felt bad because he just like.
I know you're like,
he,
I'm
like, had
sorry,
that
I'm
thing.
making fun of you.
I was like, and poor guy was like not having it, and his audience was like, a lot of people were like were really pissed at me or whatever, but some of them just did not seem like they liked him.
I'm sure they don't.
They just are, I don't know, but
How
he
long,
does that whole thing.
But he brought you on afterwards. Were you just like, were you in there like, hey, I'm right here if you want to talk?
No, he goes, dude, if you want to come on, if you're gonna talk all this crap like on your video or whatever, cam up and talk to me. And I don't think he thought I was gonna like
see that
do it. So I was like, he's like, you're in the chat. I know you're in the chat. So I was like, okay, like, it's like I can talk to you. I was like, that doesn't matter to me. And of course, like, Twitch audience are so annoying. Everyone's like, don't do it. Like, he's gonna try to get you mad. I'm like, I'm not. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Start like, I'm not a. I know what I'm doing.
Screaming at him, fuck you.
Yeah, I was like, do you really think? Like, everyone's like. I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna stay chill. I'm gonna piss him off. And so his mod like set up a Discord thing with me, and his mod was so funny because he seems like he doesn't. He's like, dude, Nick streams. He was like talking to me personally or whatever, and my chat or whatever. It was before Nick jumped on. He's like, all the people, like, no one will come on. No one that disagrees with Nick, like, ever wants to come on the show, and it's just been so boring because like he just talks to himself, and like he only talks to people that like agree with him, and like no one is having fun anymore. And I was like, it sounds like you don't want to be.
Yeah, do you want to do this?
And then he jumps on. And he doesn't put his camera on.
I saw that.
He's like, cam up. And I was like, hey, everyone's telling you to put your camera on. He's like, I'm on stream. Like, you can look at my stream. I was like, I'm on stream too. I can't have my camera on while having my face on camera and use the same webcam for Streamlabs. I was like, just turn your freaking. He's like, what camera am I supposed to use? I was like, you're calling me on your MacBook. I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, dude, my computer's going to die. He kept saying, my computer's going to shut down if I do that. And his mod is like, Nick, everyone's trying to make content. Just turn your camera on. And finally he was like, fine. And he doesn't even turn his face cam on so he's facing me. He turns on his like weird stream camera in the corner of his room that has like 4 FPS.
I saw he kept cutting
like,
out the whole time.
Yeah, I know. It was like blips of audio. I was like, dude, like... And his whole setup is so jank. It's like so bad. He's got like this crappy camera. He's got this like $50 Sharp TV in the corner that he turns around to look at on stream.
Why?
I'm like, what are you doing, dude? I was like, you could put yourself in the corner of the screen and have the full video on screen.
Just capture your display.
I was like, what do you think we're doing here? He's like so dumb. I was like, you do not know like. You have no idea what you're doing.
No.
And then I don't know. I had you kind of see the conversation I have with him. I was basically trying to figure out how I know he has another job. He just doesn't admit it because he wants to think that he's making money off of, but he's not, because he's like he has less viewers than I do on Twitch. Which is where he'd make his money from. He has nothing on YouTube, even though he's like, it's my first day. It's been like 2 weeks now. Yeah. And he's literally where he was when I last time.
Yeah. I checked it the other day.
His most viewed one is like him talking about me. I was like,
look at you go.
So, and my video talking about him on my second YouTube channel. I'm only boasting because it's about Nick Foster. Like the video I have goofing on him has, I think, 10 times the views that the one on his channel. I was
It's
like, you're supposed to
insane.
be the big. I was like, I'm not supposed to be the one that's like getting the views. I don't know what
I don't
you
know.
messed up somewhere.
Yeah, because I was watching you talk to him, and when you're like, why do you think they don't transfer over? And I was like, yeah, I literally don't understand why they don't transfer over for him. It's crazy because he has like,
And it's yeah.
I have like 250,000 on TikTok, and then like 3K on Instagram, which isn't a great ratio like from one to another, but I don't care about that really.
Yeah.
But whenever you have
And
like,
you're not claiming that you have this brand and he's trying to
yeah,
make this like media, which is the thing. Yeah. It's, and it's not only that, it's like, this is a big thing with a lot of TikTok people is that TikTok's horrible about and it's everything is like by the video. It's not like by creator.
yeah,
So it's like when you slowly build up an audience, it's really hard to get those people to be interested in you as a person.
yeah.
And that's a normal thing. But once you hit a certain barricade, like with Nick Foster, and you almost have 1 million people, it's like you'd think he'd be able to push numbers somewhere else.
Yeah, because
especially because he isn't like a one, like he has a very like concrete brand. Like everyone knows what he does.
yeah, like if
So
if anyone knows Nick Foster, they're like, oh yeah, the edgelord guy. Yeah. Yeah, like they know that's what he does. But I was looking at like Papa Guts Twitch the other day, and I don't like. I'm not a fan of him. I don't like him. But
I don't know what his deal. I hear about him all the time. Nick seems like he has a big crush on him.
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
Like, I've never gotten into his deal, but I'm like, I don't know what that guy's deal is. I don't get him.
he's just another middle-aged man on TikTok preaching to 12-year-old boys. That's
Yeah.
what it is. But I went to his Twitch, and he has like 30,000 people on his like following him on Twitch. Like his shit is crazy how far over it goes. Which he
Yeah.
also has like 1 million more followers than Nick, but still.
Yeah.
When you have almost 1
That's
million
weird.
followers on TikTok, you'd think
Yeah.
like a
And then he's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, people also came at me and were like, dude, you only have 50. I was like, I'm claiming this is my job. I'm 15 years younger than this guy. And I started like a couple months ago. Like, I don't know what you think you're getting after me. I literally look.
That's like whenever Nick and I had we had a little TikTok beef for a while there, like a year ago. But like his fans would go on my page and be like, "You're fucking old. Get off the app." And it's like, dude, he's 10 years older than I am.
Yeah.
Like, go tell him that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad. I don't feel bad for him, but I feel bad for anyone that would fall into the position he's in, because he's in such a, like, his brand is literally just like being a 36-year-old like
Loser.
weird figure,
Just
for these
fucking
kids.
lose a 30. Honestly, I'll say
Yeah.
it as a 36-year-old loser.
That's what I captioned my first TikTok. I said I literally, it's interviewing like 36-year-old loser.
Yeah.
And I mean that's what he is. It's like he profits in terms of numbers, I guess, off of just like but then everyone hates him, and then he doesn't get no. It's like,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
like
know.
no one,
I don't think he's gonna be able to.
you can't sustain
monetize
that.
it.
No, and no one,
No.
at least not anyone that actually like bigger creators on that app that actually like mean something. Like
Yeah.
him. Like none of them like him.
Yeah.
And like
There's also no connections there either.
yeah, like it sucks to say, but it is true. You have to have some form of connections and a little bit to get around,
Yeah.
and especially online, doing online stuff.
Yeah.
Like it helps immensely. And like when you just alienate like people like crazy like that, you're just fucking yourself in the long
Yeah.
run.
You're just bringing the bar you're bringing your threshold of ceiling just gets lower and lower every day. And I unfortunately think for him that he's hit the wall because he hasn't posted in like 2 weeks and he's shadow banned, which is like everyone is now. It's
Yeah,
like, come on.
I'm shadow banned right now too. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I haven't gotten views since like in months. I don't even use it anymore. It's like
Yeah.
it's not worth the time for me to make specific content for like it just took so long. I'm like, I'm just gonna use it for YouTube and chill out and like
Yeah.
it's it is what it is. But then people like him act like they're the only one.
Yeah, I know. It's like I thought it was beautiful that me and him got shadow banned at like the same time though. I was like, that's just a beautiful little thing.
Yeah.
There. But yeah, it's like I got crazy shadow ban where I was getting like 100 views on my videos.
Dude,
You just have to
it's
laugh
the
at it. You
worst.
just have to laugh though. It's just like that's ridiculous, dude.
After a while you're just like you just sit there and you're just like, well, I don't know what else to do from here. Because I was so it sucks when you like put in a lot of time into a specific, because I did stuff where I did like music comedy stuff, and it's just like you put a couple hours into something and then you just watch it just go up and nothing happens. And after a while you're like, and then you scroll down your For You page and just all these videos, 2 seconds of shoot.
All
I'm
these
just like,
garbage videos.
this is yeah. I'm like, I can't complain because I'm here liking those videos.
yeah.
I'm like, who am I to say that like anyone cares about? That's what TikTok is. It's like you just do your best, move on.
Yeah.
Everyone has their little dip and bubble.
I try not to critique people's like effort on TikTok because I do like such low effort videos on my TikTok anyways. So I'm like the last person to be like, man, I wish you should put in more work into your videos. Because I'm like, it's fucking it's a phone app. It's like Vine.
And if it works, if you're doing well, it's like, then you might as well keep doing that.
Yeah, and I've
like,
thought about like doing more heavier production stuff on there, but then I'm like, well, I don't want to spend like you said, like 3 hours working on something, and then it gets like 200 likes, and you're like, okay, all right, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, but luckily, the Nick Foster situation's over. Part of me wants to go back one day. Old friend. I think my plan is maybe 1 year from the 1 year Nick Foster anniversary. Then maybe I'll go back just to be like, look, nothing's happened.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd take me at that point.
You should.
But I'm not gonna do it in like 2 weeks because he's just gonna be like, dude, it's only been 2 weeks.
Yeah, a year later though, be like, hey, it's been a year.
Yeah.
Does he actually live with his parents?
I heard something about him living in his basement. I just started saying that to people because it's funny, and people are like, "You don't know that?" Like, no, he doesn't. We all love spitting fake insults at each other. So I'm like, I'll just tell everybody.
I saw you comment that, and I was like, I'm just gonna think
so
that's true. Yeah.
I heard one person say it, and I was like, yeah, it's true. Now.
It's true.
And then someone was like, how do you know? I was like, no, it's true.
He told
and
me.
Everyone, no matter what, you're just gonna like everyone wants to clown him. It's like, but at the same time, I'm like, part of me is like, how does he afford a house? If this is his job, he's not getting enough money on Twitch to do it, obviously, because he's got, he has barely an affiliate, whatever. And then he's not making anything off YouTube because we know what that
we know what that looks like.
So we know what that looks like. And then TikTok, he doesn't make videos anymore. He got literally the one thing is his OnlyFans that he claims that he has, which I don't think he makes enough. Like I was
gonna say
I've never seen it promoted.
And none of his fans are old enough to even go on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So that's not making any money.
Also, the funniest thing is that he bragged to me about, he was like 33% of my audience is women. And I was like, okay. And I had him show me the page, and he thought it was like a big gotcha. I was like, I just want to see the page. He's like, I told you. He's like, so you thought I was lying, and now I got you. And then I was like, I was curious. I was like, what does that look like in terms of TikTok demographic? And I looked it up, and apparently 2/3 of TikTok is female.
Oh, wow.
And then I looked at and then so then I was like, that's really bad, because that's saying in terms of the weighting of the whole audience on TikTok, that if you bring the weighting down, it has to be like maybe 20%. And then I looked at my analytics, and I don't make content geared towards a specific gender. I just make dumb songs and
Yeah.
comedy stuff. And my female audience was like 76% female.
I'm pulling up mine
So
right now.
I was like, yeah.
60,
so I was like,
64.6 is what mine is. 64.6.
So I was like, dude, that is such an astronomically like low amount of female viewers. Like, if you should be around 2/3 and you have half of that, it's like you should not. That's like a natural thing. Like, no matter what, you're gonna have some sort of female audience.
Yeah, because they're
not.
the majority of the audience on TikTok.
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
It's,
Oh man, I do have to say kudos to you for doing that because it was a beautiful thing to witness. I fucking loved it.
it was fun. It was, but oh yeah, to answer your question, from however long we went on a whatever.
Tangent.
But I was nervous. Yeah, I was nervous when he was about. I was the most nervous when he was about to watch the actual video, just because I was like really surprised that he actually was just gonna watch me clown on him for that long. But like when we did the actual, I was pretty chill by the time that I got around to talking to him. And then he went down a whole like political thing. So then I left, and then that was his whole claim at that is like YouTube hater tries to argue with me and runs away when it gets hard. But I left the call because he claimed that Trump had 0 sexual assault allegations.
That's not even
And
true.
so I was like, because he thought it was a gotcha that I told him that this is a whole thing, but he was like, oh, do you believe in Tara Reid? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, who do you vote for? I was like, I voted for Biden because I was like, I'm a leftist, but I'm gonna vote against I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
And he thought it was like the funniest gotcha. And I was like, both guys have sexual assault allegations as one versus 26,
20
I
something.
think.
Yeah, a lot.
And he was like, Trump doesn't have any. He just paid a lot of money for strippers. I was like, dude, where do you get your news from?
Yeah. TikTok.
Yeah, I was like, apparently that's. And then his literal mod, once I got off the chat, and his mod himself sent an article about Trump's sexual assault allegations to Nick, and I was like, whose side is this guy on?
Yeah, that poor mod. That poor
I know.
mod.
He just constantly has to like level with Nick.
Correct
and just tell him
Nick.
how much of an idiot he is.
Let's give a shout out to that mod. He seemed like a good fella. He did seem like a good fella.
He was doing his best.
Yeah, so shouts out to that mod. Good work.
But also
I
you
wish
mod
you...
for Nick Foster.
Yeah,
so
also get the
probably...
fuck out of there.
Yeah,
What
get
are you-
out of there.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? You seem like a normal guy, but dude, come on.
Come if he ever listens to this, come mod for me, okay? You can
Yeah,
join my Twitch
please.
and you can mod for me. Okay? It'll be a lot more chill. We'll have a lot more people
Yeah.
talking. So
Yeah, you have more to do.
yeah.
They weren't modding his chat because my chat went. So I don't know if he's the best mod.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll have to send me a resume and I'll look at it.
Yeah. So yeah, send me your portfolio.
Yeah.
And I will. We'll see what we can set up.
Yeah. I can't pay you, obviously. It'll be a free gig.
But Nick's not paying him either.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
so I don't think he's worried about that.
But Nick, I know you got something to do pretty soon. So probably not. I thought yes. But thank
Dinner
you.
maybe.
Dinner. Yeah, I gotta eat too before I fucking stream on Twitch again. God
Yeah.
damn it, dude. But
We'll
dude,
be streaming. We'll be streaming tonight. I need to follow you so I can hit you with that raid if I'm ever on at the same time.
I'll follow you so I can hit you with my raid.
Yeah.
That's right, dude. I'll
see.
take you down.
Whoever's on later.
Yeah, but thank you for talking, dude. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Everyone go to Nick's YouTube, his Twitch, his Instagram, everything. Nickisnotgreen.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, add his LinkedIn. All right.
Yes.
Thanks, y'all. See you later.